Hey guys, it's Phil Morrison. I'm a coach that helps people reduce anxiety, improve their conversation skills, build confidence with people, and develop a lifestyle which helps them to thrive. If you're someone that struggles with fear, stress, and anxiety, you want to reduce that and perform at a higher level in life, something you can do is stop consuming overly dramatic content. This could be negative stuff that you see on the news and social media if you're doom scrolling. Things that make you feel angry and frustrated and down. The rule is that if you read some content or consume it and it makes you feel worse, unless you're going to actually do something about that problem, why are you consuming it in the first place? If it makes you feel worse, it's dragging you down and it's dead weight and you can let it go. I'm not saying be naive and lose touch with the world. But what I'm saying is that if consuming that content is bringing you down, then why are you consuming it? It can be very, very addictive to read articles and get engaged in content which makes you angry, makes you frustrated, but it isn't good for you. And I've seen the effects that it has on a lot of people. One of the reasons why it isn't good for you is that it basically perpetuates narratives which aren't good for confidence and they aren't good for calmness either. For example, the narrative that the world's a dangerous place and it's unsafe out there. You can't trust people. People are bad. If you're reading content, consuming content that supports this narrative, you're going to have a harder time making friends, a harder time trusting, being open and connecting with people, a harder time finding a relationship, a harder time getting a promotion in your job. It's not going to help you out. And I've come across people who've been affected negatively by the content they consume. And when they've stopped doing that, they've become so much more confident, so much lighter, so much calmer, because they're no longer feeding those scary narratives. So what you believe causes a lot of the fears. And the narratives, the stories that you tell yourself, they're affected by what you consume. And if you're constantly finding evidence that the world's a scary place, no wonder you have anxiety and you're afraid all the time. But when you open the curtains and you look out the window, you might notice that this dangerous world, these terrible things, you're not seeing them with your own eyes. People say the world's scary. I'm looking around. What's the thing to be afraid of? I'm not seeing it right now. Real world experience reaffirms what the world's actually like. But the news and other people, they can create spins, narratives, twist things, and they create an image of what reality is like. And the image is scary. The image is intimidating, overwhelming. And when you get sucked into that drama, sucked into the image, it's highly anxiety inducing. But when you can find a way to shatter that image by getting out there in the real world and speaking to good people, the image doesn't exist and you're not going through life afraid that the world's a scary place and never going for things that you want to go for. Of course, I'm not saying go to the extreme, be naive and trust everyone 100%. Have your boundaries and look after yourself and be smart. But don't let negative content stop you being confident, stop you connecting with people, stop you moving forwards in life. So real world experience. So for example, a guy I was coaching yesterday, a taster session, he thought that the world was a bad place, people can't be trusted, it's scary out there. But in the coffee shop where we were, it was the exact opposite. Everyone's friendly, everyone was chilled out. It was a completely different experience of reality than the content on social media would have you believe. And that's a beautiful thing with getting real world experience and being parts of different positive communities. Whatever narratives are out there, you can unlearn them, you can stop feeding them and start getting around positive people, positive cultures. A great positive culture, which I will shamelessly promote because I know it's good for people. So I put on free coffee socials every single month. It's always 2 p.m. on the last Sunday of each month in Birmingham. I've done 35 so far. They've grown really popular, where I'm having 60 people book themselves on. And it's a really positive, uplifting community and culture. The title is Coffee Social to Reduce Anxiety, Improve Conversation Skills, Make Friends and Have Fun. And you come along to these groups, you speak to people. There's a lot of good people out there. There is people out there who you can trust. I'm not saying rely on any one individual, but rely on humanity as a whole and rely on yourself. There is trust out there. Mistrust in people, pessimism, cynicism, they hold so many people back. If you look out there and you see the horror story, it's an extremely biased view of life, and why not see the opposite? You can still be connected to reality. You can be optimistic and realistic at the same time. But if you're given the choice, do you want to see things a negative way or a positive way? Between the two, you might as well pick the positive way. And actually, blaming other people, blaming the world, it actually keeps you stuck. It keeps you stuck in the victim complex. It's self-sabotage, stops you moving forwards in life. It's easy to say, what's the point in going for what I want to go for in life? People aren't nice, you can't trust people, the world's a bad place. It's easy to feed that narrative and use it as an excuse to stop moving forwards in life. But if you actually want to move forwards, get around positive people, start to see the world differently, start to feel motivated, start to take action, have a vision, go for it, commit. Don't worry if other people around you doubt you. Don't worry if they're throwing the towel in, they're being pessimistic and negative. That's their problem. You can be the exception to the rule. You can break out of that. But what really helps is having good people that support you, that believe in you, that give you that optimism and encourage you to keep on going. And that's why people are getting a lot of benefit from coming to my coffee socials. If you want to come down, just send me an email. As I said, they're currently free of charge. Also as well, I have a private coaching business, helping people build confidence with others, reduce anxiety, better themselves in so many different ways, overcome challenges, fears. If you're interested in receiving one-to-one coaching, I offer the first session completely free, and thereafter I charge £100 an hour. If you're interested in trying your free first session, again, just drop me an email and I'll be in touch. Enjoy the rest of your day.